Little Caesars changed the game, bro.
They did.
Little Caesars changed. That's the most shot shit.
Hey, Chewy, blood. They want you on the podcast, bro. Look, he Mexican, bro. You gotta put him on.
Am I interrupting your depression? I'm sorry.
This week's episode of The Voice Party is brought to you by Big Boy Wraps. Get your car wrapped by some of the most experienced and skilled in the Bay. Big Boy Wraps, where the big boys play.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to another episode of the Voice Party Podcast. It's a little not as important as basketball right now, but whatever. No, I'm just kidding. No. How you doing, Marcos?
My girls are playing. They're good.
Are you good? Oh, your girls are playing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a big Cal fan.
Cool, man. Thank you for joining us here in the Voice Party.
You're welcome.
I was just fucking. It's me, JD, here. I'm here with Marcos. We got Black Joaquin. What's up, dude?
Can't say that.
We got. I know. And we got Corday.
Hey, GD, how we doing?
How you doing? I'm doing all right.
That's
A little dehydrated.
Hey, man. Hey.
I had to go take a little nap right now because fucking.
You should drink Gatorade, not water.
Oh, it's got little the little
electrolytes.
Electrolytes.
Okay, cool.
Electrolytes.
Hey, electrolytes. There you go.
And making podcasts great again. We got fucking Big Phil in the house.
What's cracking, Cracker?
Oh, dude. We got a very special guest here today.
Yes, we do.
It's not that often that we get to interview. We've interviewed other comics, but podcasters.
And produces his own shows, too.
And produces his own shows. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Michael Booth. Woo!
What's up? How's it going?
Mike, if you want.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna hold it.
Okay, hell yeah, dude. How you doing, bro?
I'm good. How are you, dude?
Oh man, I'm over here dying right now.
Yeah.
I need some.
Yeah, you got this gallon. It says, what does it say? 1 a.m. and you're still full. You're falling behind, dude.
It has a little like.
Definitely not 1 a.m.
Yeah. Well, 1 p.m. I'm not even at 1 p.m. right now. Well, I just filled it up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've been filling that thing up.
I just realized I didn't drink
Oh,
water.
you're right around 2 on this now.
I didn't drink water at all yesterday.
Oh, that's dangerous.
That is very dangerous. I drink a lot of alcohol.
You guys looked like you had a fun show yesterday too, so you're probably having some drinks, I imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just slept pretty late too, so you know.
You went to bed at 10 o'clock. Crazy.
In our age, that's old. That's late.
How old are you?
That's late. 32. How old are you?
30.
Oh yeah. See?
You're pretty.
I just turned 30 though, so I feel like when I say that, it's not real. Like I'm like
You're still 29.
yeah, I'm just 29 plus 1. Like it doesn't count.
If you're a woman, you would be losing your mind the fact that you just turned 30. But oh my God, it's over.
Yeah.
I'm not married.
That's awful sexual of you to say, man.
My sister literally told me this.
Oh, okay.
That's why.
Okay.
I was like, "You good?" So I was like, "No."
I said sexual. I said sexual instead of sexist.
What?
Sexist.
I said sexual instead of sexist.
Is that sexual?
That's very sexual of you. Thank you, JD. I appreciate that.
Then Corday goes, no, it's okay. It was my
Turn me on.
It's something about 30-year-olds, turning 30, like, oh, sweet 30.
Yeah.
It's not sexual. It's
Them
just
wrinkly ass hands.
That's 45.
Those wrinkly hands.
It's 45. I know.
I love the way your ring barely hangs on to your knuckle. Yeah. The way that it slides. Yeah.
Gotta resize it, bro. Oh man. So, first of all the way from Monterey, you drove here, dude.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. I was.
Yeah, once again, we apologize.
Don't apologize. I had a good time. I was looking at the land. It's quite green now driving up here, so it was a nice view. And I was
it
like,
like-
hopefully this is all burn next
Was it
year.
raining?
No, it was. I was like on the verge of rain.
We almost canceled on Friday.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know, man. This like, I was like,
It looks pretty.
well, I just saw these videos of people up here driving through like a car halfway underwater. I was like, that could be me. Like, I don't even know where I'm going.
I still be wondering about that too, because I don't really like take a lot of streets. I'd be like, where is this at? But then I don't at the same time don't want to know where it's at because I don't want to be, oh shit, I'm in it, But I just want to know like
Well,
where
you kind of want to know where it's at.
Yeah, I want to know like where was this filmed and like
Frisco got hit pretty bad.
Yeah, but certain parts. Because then I also went to San Francisco like during the rain, and there was nothing like that where I was.
Yeah, no, but you look at the places where it flooded, and it's like,
Yeah, like Santa
you see,
Cruz stuff, right?
yeah, right.
Yeah. Venice, man.
You see, send prayers to San Francisco. You never want to live somewhere where they want to send prayers.
exactly.
Send prayers to, like, what is this? Some fucking third world shit?
Send prayers.
What happened where you don't?
Sorry, no card, cash only. Like, what am I in fucking?
Support Santa Cruz.
Yeah, dude. Well, so Santa Cruz is kind of used to that, though, no? Like every once in a while.
I don't know. I mean, like, kind of happens, but not this bad though.
Oh yeah. It's been a while.
It's been pretty bad, like there, and then kind of like in San Francisco and stuff too.
Yeah, a cyclone hit, a death cyclone,
A bomb cyclone. Sounds so crazy.
Yeah, that shit was hilarious.
It's like, what the fuck?
It sounds like a fucking villain in a superhero movie.
Well, but then it was like it showed, like somebody said it was like Bay Area, like one of the memes, stuff like that. It showed like, I was like, oh, this looks bad. Then it started showing us swirling, and then somebody said like, oh, it's gonna be like the bomb cyclone, and then the last slide it was like Baby Bash and T-Pain showed it like a cyclone. And then every time everybody talks about like how bad the weather is, I'm just like, cyclone, dude, all night long. That shit was hella funny.
Yeah, it was like Pineapple Express, bomb cyclone. Just throwing weed strains at the thing.
Exactly.
Different flavors of. It's like the COVID flavors, the Omicron.
Yeah, like that's gonna be the next
Exactly.
strains popping this summer. Atmospheric river.
El Nino featuring Hurricane Maria.
El Nino times hurricane. Yeah. Shit's fire, dude.
El Nino 3, The Revenge of... Oh, man. Well, first of all, let's talk about the name of your what's your podcast called?
It's called I'm Getting There, which is just like...
Where does that come from?
It comes from being available on Apple and Spotify. And then also just like the idea that, I don't know if you guys think like this, but I always think of like just ongoing, like in a serious note, just like always like progressing. Yeah. So that's kind of where the idea comes from.
When it comes to losing weight and getting back in the gym, I'm getting there.
Yeah, like kind of always saying that about something. Yeah. So that's kind of where the idea is.
Yeah, that's a good... I think I asked you that. Well, I didn't want to be asking you questions on your podcast when you had me on. But I did. Okay. I asked you a lot.
I was asking you about this thing and all kinds of stuff. So
yeah.
But I mean,
is it as cool as you thought it? Did I make it sound out to be?
Yes. I mean, I use production's a little better than mine. You were in your car on mine, so
it's when I was moving out of my place and I didn't have Wi-Fi at the new place yet, and I was literally at the laundromat in Pinole over there on Appian Way.
Makes sense.
Like waiting for my clothes to dry, and I was like, people were looking at me like, what the fuck's this guy doing? But hey, it was fun, man.
Cycle, dude.
It was. It was a lot of fun, dude.
Yeah, it was cool. And I started it when everybody was doing comedy on Zoom.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do that. I know. I was like, this is kind of, we could still have a comedian on and we can just like, shoot the shit or make jokes for an hour.
Yeah.
So it was like just another way to be on Zoom.
Why didn't you want to do comedy on Zoom?
At first,
he likes Zoom comedy shows. That's why he's bringing that.
I did it a couple times. Yeah. At first, I was just like, I went to a couple of them, and just I saw the comics like not have a good experience, and then everybody around me was negative about them, and so I was kind of like, I don't know, I'll just do this instead. But I did do it a couple times, and it was fun, but I don't know. I
just preferred the podcast.
Yeah, I just like long form talking as opposed to like
live shows.
Yeah.
Do you like podcasting more or live shows?
I like doing comedy more, but I mean, I don't. All of my podcasts that I do are mostly on Zoom. I get to do it sometimes like this, and that's fun. But if I got to do it more in person, I'm sure I would probably like podcasting a little more. But yeah, like live stand up is really fun. Like that show we were on the other night down in
Santa Cruz.
No, the one down in Rick's show. Down in was it Tascadero?
Oh yeah, Rick Story.
That show was real fun.
That show was dope. That show was hella fun.
So stuff like that,
Rick Story. Yeah, that was. I remember I got there. I think at 8:12. I had left work at 4:20 and drove straight there.
God damn.
Yeah. Comedy grind, man.
Yeah,
but it was like
I did the same. It took me about 2 hours.
Yeah.
I'm like halfway. Between you. Yeah.
And I was like, it was people. It was like him, and then like a few other people. I was like, why didn't none of us carpool together?
Yeah, I thought about that too. I was like, Corday could have met me.
Could have met him
halfway.
Yeah. I was like, Sean, where are you? He was like, I was like, where are you? He was like, oh, I'm in Santa Cruz. And I was like, where are you? He was like, I'm in Monterey. And I was like, you mean so we're all just on the way here? And I was like, we're all taking separate cars back. And I was like,
that back in the days, comics used to carpool more together.
Yeah.
Like that was the thing. But also the thing about it, I don't know about you guys, but like if you're gonna carpool, I prefer to drive by myself because it kind of keeps just me thinking about my set or whatever. And And if you're in the car with other comics, there's a lot of bullshit being talked about, you know?
Yeah.
Like what animal do you think we could beat the fuck out of in the zoo?
Yeah, I guess it depends too. Yeah, on the people you're riding.
It depends on the people you riding around.
Right.
Michael's cool, and then Sean's like hella cool too. So I remember I would have definitely preferred to carpool with him because I remember the way back I left like too late and I had to keep pulling over to like rest up. Like I didn't get home to.
I just was out of there. I just Irish goodbye to everybody, bro.
No. There was a few chicks I was trying to chase afterwards. That's why.
All those girls that came in after the show, it was like, dude, it was kind of annoying because the show's over and then I'm standing next to him and like 6 girls walk in. And I'm like,
shit.
They were very
the
hot.
fuck, man?
They were very hot. But we was like
before this.
yeah, but it was kind of annoying. Like,
And we both had good sets. I was
we
like,
both had great sets. Like, yo, and we was like, y'all could have fucking been at the show. It would have been amazing.
Hey, let me go on again.
Yeah. No, so
that's what I was thinking. I was like, man.
it was kind of like that. But then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I just had a good set. I'm like fucking feeling. I was like, I'm gonna walk over and talk to him, and I did, and I ended up talking to him, and then I ended up
The dangerous part about that though is there was there like 6 of them together, and no guys.
Yeah.
It's like it's dangerous to try to talk to one of those. Like there's like they're gonna just all like push you. You know, the other 5 are gonna be like, what is this fucking guy?
It's like when a hyena goes up to a lioness.
There's 2. Yeah, 6 is too many, bro.
So right now doing like if I had to walk up and
So what he's saying is corner them by themselves. Got it.
No, I know, but I remember I had such a good set. I didn't thought about none of that. I was like, nah,
confidence.
I did. My confidence was way high. I was like, nah, fuck it. I was like, oh hey, how y'all doing? It's like, oh hey. I was like, you guys came for the show.
Yeah, your t-shirts too, bro.
Yeah, I have my t-shirt.
Oh, they were
Trying to sell t-shirts too. Like, and then I was like giving out.
Oh, I thought you said they were teachers. I was like, wait.
One was a teacher. One was a teacher. Yeah, one was a teacher. Yeah, like one was. So they were all single. No, one was married. One was a teacher, recently divorced.
He fucking interviewed all of them.
I was trying to see. I was trying to get it, man. They were all like.
That's a lot later.
The ugliest one was 8.5.
Okay.
The ugliest one.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. That's why I like. It was 6 to choose from.
Comedy shows with you. Sometimes never hot girls at your comedy shows. Fuck, JD. Man. This is why I'm still single.
And I'm always down to get on chicks after comedy shows too. That's the funny.
Oh yeah, that motherfucker. That's every fucking show. Like. It's like
true.
Every show going up to girls. Like, you know, yesterday he did his rounds.
I'm not even paying attention, and he's like, "Hey, man, did you see?" I'm like, "What?"
I didn't even notice him.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even notice. He's like,
I'm
gonna go talk to him. I'm like, okay.
And then he does this thing where he's like, "Hey, see that girl over there?" He's not even looking at me. He's like, "Hey, see that girl over there, JD?"
I really don't.
I'll talk to her right now.
I be looking at JD, like I look at JD's direction through to the chick. Like I be looking at JD, be like, he's like, "Are you looking at me?" I'm like, "Nah, it's a girl right behind."
I'm using you as a shield.
Basically, I'm like,
I don't want to see her staring at her.
chick right there.
He's like, letting you know I have
dead eyes.
Yeah,
Dead eyes. He's just like,
well, because before,
like he's fucking possessed.
He'll be like talking to you.
Yeah.
And then like just
looking right
like
at
I'll look like say like I'm looking at you right now, right?
And he's like laughing at Marco
in a way that I could see the girl while looking at you.
No, what he will do, I've experienced this like twice, where he'll like, he'll kind of like look over, but he'll still be talking to you, and you'll say something, and then like 2 minutes later, he'll register what I said, and he'll like laugh. What the fuck? Yeah, I'm like,
he said that to me.
what are you laughing at? He's like, oh yeah, what you said. Like I was listening. I'm like, no, you weren't. I'm like on 6 different subjects.
He's like the black Barney Stinson.
Oh, he's like that. Yeah, he's been to my show in Salinas a few times.
Yeah.
And I mean, after the show, everybody comes upstairs, and that guy, he's just like
The white
like,
girl
how's the show, man? He's like, yeah, show's good, bro.
It's the white girl addiction.
Show's cool, man. Yeah, show is nice.
This is literally.
Yeah, probably when you gonna have me back, then another one.
It was white girls that showed up.
Well, so it's Salinas. It's like hella thick ass Mexican chicks, and then like thick white girls too. So it was like a
combination.
It's a combination. So that's why I'm like looking at him talking, but also trying to make sure that the one who I saw beforehand doesn't leave before I can like talk to her. Like
It's like the Terminator when he's like, you know.
Basically, because at the show at
Sarah Connor.
at Atascadero, you know, there was a thick ass white chick who kept interrupting during everybody's set. True. So I literally told her, I was like,
she was talking. I was like trying to play back, you know, with her a little bit. Yeah.
And she was thick as hell, and she kept talking and stuff like that. And she was the one single girl out of everybody
in her group.
And like,
she was having fun.
Like, and I'm like, oh shit. Like I'm like if I see a thick white chick or just a thick chick, period. Like it literally is Terminator. fucking like kind of. So I literally tried to go and talk.
He's doing his set, but he's like just looking at that girl.
Not even a set. Oh no, yeah.
When you're on stage, when you're on
It's like that part where Arnold's computer is like corrupted and it keeps going, kill, save him, kill, save him. And he like has the piece of the thing. Courtney's just like,
it's like sell or get her. Sell t-shirt like I can make money, but I'm like, but that chick might leave. Like I can make money, but that chick like it's kind of
follow on Instagram, get my number. Follow on Instagram.
The transaction's taking forever. You just give it here, just take it.
I've thought about that one time. I remember literally somebody was like handing me money. I was like how many you want? Like one or two? And I just like saw a chick like at the corner of my eye. And then it wasn't until a homegirl of mine, she's like, dude, you be kind of on the prowl like after shows. I was like, no, I don't. And I was like, and then
you do.
Yeah,
you do.
And then I was like, I need to scale
One
back.
time, I just wanted to chill and drink a beer and
That's
like
me.
hang out.
That's my energy.
Yeah. And then he's like, and I just hear, I'm at the bar. It was at the Tipsy Lounge. That one time you and I were on there together.
Tipsy Lounge, which
in
one?
San Leandro.
Okay.
I think that's what it's called, right?
I'm not sure.
All right. Well, we just finished the show. I was sitting next to Jose Contreras. And I just hear them in my right ear. Hey JD, let's go talk to them girls over there. Like,
You're like my cousin.
Is that my conscience? Fucking like
subconscious, maybe.
Yeah.
And he's like not even looking at it, but
Courtney's
he's
like that
next to
devil
me
on your shoulder.
with a little ass drink.
Hey man.
Hey JD, let's go talk to them girls over there. And then we both got our girl's number.
Nice.
The same girl?
Yeah, same girl. That
Damn.
fucking bitch. No, I don't know.
Hey, well, shit, we was competing.
So it's the same number? Did you look at it and make sure it was the same?
Yeah, well, he told me he got her number too, and she gave me her number.
No.
Yeah, but she was like aggressive.
Everyone.
I would have made sure it was the same.
Oh, she was
as this.
that's probably why, because she was aggressive. I was like, whoa, like kind of.
This was the weirdest thing, because like she looked like an old tia.
No, that's kind of hot.
No, but like
Yeah, a little bit.
There we go.
Oh,
Marcos. There we go.
There you go,
Marcos.
Marco. That's
Dude,
kink.
I'm on board.
The abused,
Hey, Mom.
oh, the abused nephew.
Available.
I'm sure they're trying to Tipsy Lounge.
It was Natalie's show.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
We both got the
I
chick's
remember-
number.
Yeah, I remember that show. Yeah. I remember. Damn, I remember I left too. I remember I left to go somewhere else to like. I think I was trying to do another show. Or like
He's trying to get another girl stuff around.
basically, they was like, "Oh, come over," and I was like, "All right."
That's why you're trying to get on stage at the punchline. Don't get
Nah, not even
stage time.
Nah, not even. Because a lot of cute chicks don't go to the punchline. Nah. Mostly couples. Like in like shows like that, it's mostly couples.
Like groups of dudes.
Yeah, groups of dudes. So like sometimes like all right, because a lot of times after shows, nowadays I just try to get chicks Instagrams or like people's Instagrams.
That's the shit you exchange now, man.
Because I'm really not.
I just imagine Cordy being like, "Hey, girl, can I get your Snapchat real quick?"
Nah, that's old. Chicks don't be on Snapchat no more. But it's like literally I try to get people's Instagrams because I know chicks usually come to shows, and when chicks come to shows, they bring friends to shows. So I like, can I get your Instagram real quick? So at this point, I'm just trying to get like my following up. So like, let me show you this like trick on my car, stuff like that. And then like they start following me. I'm like, okay, yeah. So like I'll be
follow back.
Hey, you want to see a magic trick?
Yeah. So like
Can't build a
basically,
following if you keep following everyone back, though. Just remember that. Just saying.
it's a science too. It's a science too.
We also got
Only follow back the cute ones. All right? Like, yeah, you gonna follow back. Nope, not that one.
Have you gone on a date through comedy?
Yeah, a few times.
A few times. How has it been for you?
There was one date where I went on where we went on like a hike, and it was fun, but there was a couple times.
Is she still with us? No, I'm just kidding.
No, yeah, I came back and it was but it was fun and but it was just there was a couple times I noticed where she was just like, you're just like talking a lot. Can I say something? And I was like, okay, sorry. Like, and I didn't realize I was like, I thought we were just having fun, and and it happened a couple of times, and I was like, yeah, I think I'm good, but like that's the only. I mean, there's been other times where I've like it's just I don't know. It just they want you to be kind of like that person that you are
On stage?
Yeah. And then when you're not that person, they're kind of like
Boring.
Oh yeah, wait, I thought that you were like, and you're like, I mean that's
on
what I
stage.
do up there.
It's an act.
It's called an act.
Yeah, and so that's kind of how that goes usually.
They keep letting you talk, you will be there.
And then they want to come to more. I don't like that when they want to come to shows.
Yeah, because you gotta find new. No, I'm saying.
What? I don't like it. I don't like really anybody that I know at a show. Like I don't like friends.
I don't like that either.
It's just like I don't want.
Yeah.
It's like embarrassing for me to do comedy at that point. I need to get over that, but it's like embarrassing for me.
Because especially if you know someone's seen it.
You need all the ticket sales you can get.
Yeah, but if it's like my good friend, it's like, if they want to come, cool. But I'm not gonna like invite, like people that are close to me to come to that stuff.
Yeah. Is it because
that's just me?
But I mean, what's the real reason though?
I don't feel like I can perform the way that I normally do when they're there. I feel like
mom's watching.
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah. Like but that's something that I probably need to deal with. But yeah, that's just
I try to cuss more on stage when my mom's around.
I don't know. I get like I'll get more nervous, I guess. Mm-hmm. But that really hasn't happened to me. Like my family's all in Washington. I think I've only had like one family member at a show.
Oh, so it's not really an issue.
So it's not an issue. Just more of like if like a girlfriend or like a close friend from around here is like.
They usually say if a girl who you're dating comes to a show, then you lose your focus on like what you're trying to do, because like you're more like into it about how you doing, like how you doing, you cool, you enjoy the show, like kind of stuff like that. So instead of worrying about your set or like how you're doing, you kind of focus on them, because most of the time when you're at the show, you're by yourself, like getting in the zone. Versus like now you have to worry about them.
I feel
if
like
they're having a good time.
I feel like that's something you guys got to get over though, because with any other art, if your family's there, you still gotta try to perform like you're performing.
A girlfriend versus family.
Yeah, because it's not fair to the audience too.
Yeah, that's your job. What happens if you become famous and you're married? You do a stadium show or something like that. Like
my wife's here. No women material today.
Yeah,
be there.
Yeah.
No, like your family, your entire family's going to be there nonetheless.
Well, yeah, but
totally.
Honestly,
when to an arena,
we went to Copper Spoon together with him and Art the other day, and I kind of told him to like.
Go somewhere else.
You don't have to watch the show,
yeah.
Because I don't consider him an audience member.
Yeah.
Like that's how I treat it whenever someone I know comes. Like, when I say something about Richmond, like, you don't say anything. I'm not. I don't want you guys to like say right here, me. Like, like that kind of shit.
I guess that I kind of feel that way more. Yeah. It's like,
they're not. That
audience. Does suck because I like to be.
Yeah,
in the show.
I guess if they're gonna,
you could for the other comics. It's just
if like they're gonna come to a show, like I guess just don't tell me. Just like come and show up and just like have fun. I'll see you after I'm with my set. Like don't let me know. Or like I'm so excited to see you, because then I'm all like, oh fuck, But that's again, that's something probably that need to work out. But yeah, like if better probably just to be like surprised, like oh here, and like because like I had an ex-girlfriend. I used to like the show I produced in Salinas used to come to, and it's like producing, hosting, kind of like like he's saying I'm like making sure that it's like stressful. It's like I wish you were I wish you were at home, so like when I got home you were there and I could tell you about the show, and like afterwards
because like usually like after a show or something like that, like when I'm trying to get on girls. Now I'm playing. Usually like
last night you were chill.
Yeah,
we went to the bar afterwards
because I was chill. I was tired, dude. I was like so I was still going up to people, but I was like getting Instagrams and I was giving out stickers because I didn't have merch.
I'm talking about when we went to the bar afterwards.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because after you come down from the high of performing, you just like kind of
you need to decompress sometimes after a show, and that's what, like you said, afterwards. Going to your partner or whatever to tell them about it is way better than them being at the show. I used to, when I was dating my ex, like the last relationship I was in, it was a weird thing because I started comedy before I got with her, and then she was there at a few shows, and it did feel weird, like that she was there. And then like while I was on stage, like this other comic was hitting on her. And then it kind of threw off my attention. Like my attention was like like I was like, wait, whoa. So
yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what that is. I think it's like
jealousy.
It's like you're.
Oh yeah.
Like they know you, so if you're being like, if you're exaggerating or stuff on stage or doing stuff like that, like if they're, you don't want them to think negatively of that. I think that's probably part of it, but also they might not even think negatively of that. You don't even know. It's a lot of it is in your head. All of this is in our heads. I think it's just like we want to feel how we want to feel before we go on stage. We want to feel exactly how like the most comfortable that you can. I think, because that's the
because you don't want to.
It's kind of impossible too, though.
Yeah, but you also
you'll never feel how you want to feel.
You also don't want to. You want to come home.
The other night I didn't get to go pee, and I was like, that's my favorite thing right before going on stage is get a good pee in, and I didn't get a pee, and I was just on stage having to pee, and I was like,
that's all
I could think about was like, I have to fucking pee so bad. Like
for a while I used to shit before I went on stage or whatever, because it'd be like sometimes I'd be nervous and like if whatever it was like
get it all out,
and I'll just go up feeling like so light.
You ever held a fart on stage?
Oh, it's the worst.
It's the worst.
Yeah.
Like when you have to fart and you're just like,
you're like, okay, and kind of.
I tried to time it once, and like with the laughter.
Yeah.
It didn't work.
I just kept going. I just kept going. Like luckily it wasn't that loud of a fart, so like the audience didn't really hear it. But it was like I was trying to, like, in my mind I was like telling them, I was like, okay. And then I just tried to like fart it off.
oh shit.
But see, you gotta like lift your leg up too a little. Can you just
kinda?
This is a weird question, but can you guys just fart standing up like straight?
Yeah.
I like kind of gotta lift up a little bit. Like,
That's
I like
young
doing a little
assholes.
hip.
Young assholes.
Or maybe you can just like, you can like move. You can just like all of a sudden just like turn to a different part of the audience. You just like over there. So it's like over there now.
Do a little.
Yeah.
You just do like act like you gotta stretch on stage.
Something like that, man.
I heard of that. So
When you know you're
I'm gonna shit myself.
when you know you're gonna fart, like everybody make some noise. Like, let it out.
You're like,
Yeah, keep it going. Yeah.
we know what Marcos is doing if he's stretching on stage.
tomorrow she's just like this, and all of a sudden just
He's like, no, it's a part of the band routine. I just got it. He's like, no, he's letting one loose.
It's all out on.
Hey, dude, it's easier for a fucking band. Just drum solo real quick, dude.
Yeah.
Drum solo real quick.
You see my skinny jeans?
You were in the band too.
Yeah, kind of. A couple other comics from Santa Cruz and I have been playing music for like 5 or 6 months now.
Okay.
Like every week of the week. No, just like.
I thought you did metal though, right? That's.
Oh yeah, I'm a metalhead, but we kind of play more like
Boyles.
like funky rock type stuff.
Okay.
You know?
Oh, cool. Nice.
Yeah, I fuck with Sean Boyles, bro. His band's cool.
You just had him on the podcast too.
Nice. Yeah.
You had him on your podcast, right?
Yeah, you guys had him on before me, and I was like, motherfuckers.
Well, this is the second time.
I saw that.
What's funky rock? Like
funky rock is kind of like
the best comparable.
Like Chili Peppers, I guess. It's like kind of sounds like something like that, I guess.
Cool.
Like just like we're trying to figure it out too, you know. We just
Who's the other comics, if you don't mind me asking?
Rich Isaac and Brian Snyder from Santa Cruz.
Okay.
And Rich and I started playing together. Like he plays drums and he asked me, and I play bass, and so I was like, yeah, dude. And we started playing together just for the fuck of it. And then Brian also came along, and now we're just kind of like. We have a couple covers. We have some like original songs, and we're.
You guys releasing them?
If we, I don't know. Like,
Playing live gigs?
Want to, yeah.
Oh, you want? Just jamming. You're just jamming right now.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get like the like I just have the bass guitar. I don't have like the whole speaker equipment, bass amp stuff. So I'm still trying to get that stuff. But once we get that, I mean,
You have a bunch of songs written and.
Just a couple of them, kind of. I don't even know if they're like fully songs yet, but we have some stuff that we can.
What do you play?
I play bass.
You play bass.
He just
Yeah.
I didn't hear.
I did. It's okay.
This is the second time today he's done that.
Dude, he's on you, dude.
Can you just repeat one more
It's
time?
like a fucking. I'm in a fucking toxic relationship.
There a girl in here that you're like staring at JD right now, like doing like me, like you're like looking at Michael, but you're not really looking at me, looking at the girl and shit like that.
Hey Mike, what instrument do you play?
Then it's like registering a little later, like, so what instrument do you play? He's like, he just said that. Like, did you see that girl over there, Marco?
All of a sudden, Corday comes from behind. He's like, "Hey, what instrument do you play?"
Hey, what's funky rock again?
Rubbing on your shoulders, like, hey, don't move. You said
he plays bass guitar.
You see a friend, take down her friend. I'm gonna get the main one. Right?
Hey, tell me again. What's funky rock again? What's funky rock?
It's funny. No, but yeah, I started playing bass in college.
Back in Washington?
Yeah, I was going to school living with like musicians, like they were all music majors, and I just by hanging out with them a bunch, I was like, I kind of want to play instrument. Always wanted to pick something up. And one of my friends was a bass player at the college, and I was like, dude, I'll just like come over and get you really high, and you can give me bass lessons. And he's like, I'm down for that. Yeah. So I'll just come over and smoke him out, and he would give me bass lessons with like my roommate's bass that she had for a while, and then I went and got my own, and it was just, I played by myself forever, and then now these guys come along, so it's kind of fun, you know, to like, oh, now I have somebody to play music with. So.
What college did you go to in Washington?
Central Washington University.
Okay,
yeah. Chad Opitz went there.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
kind of cool.
I forget that guy's from Washington too.
Yeah, I remember when he goes up there, I'm like, what the fuck you doing up there? Well, you're from there, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like Ellensburg, where CW is at. It's kind of like Salinas, like a farm town. So it just kind of feel funny to just like go from like farm town up there to just kind of like farm town down here.
Yeah,
you know. You said like, you know, your bass player. Do you know the bass player Juan Alderete? Mars Volta and a bunch of other bands.
I know Mars Volta, yeah.
Okay, well the bass player, I heard this
Nobody
interview.
knows any of the bass players in any band.
Well, no, he's from San Rafael, like here, like close by. So, and he was in the thrash scene, and then he did Mars Volta afterwards. And he's famous for like his pedal collection. And he talks about how there's not a lot of new guys trying to be bass players anymore, because it's just like an instrument that kind of like nobody wants to do.
Yeah, you're like there's a lot of nuance within bass, because it's like you're like keeping the rhythm with the drummer, but then also you're kind of like in between the guitar and the drums. You're kind of holding those guys together.
Also, it's like a glue of it. It's a glue for those two.
And you're like the timekeeper, you know. You make sure you're counting, and so there's a lot to learn, like playing with a group of people. And I just started, you know, these are like the first guys I ever played with, you know. So we're just like actually, learning how to.
I gotta say though, I think that depends on what kind of music you play.
Yeah.
Because if you're doing, let's say, like, especially with,
we're talking about good music.
If you're playing, if you're playing like if you're playing reggae, or if you're playing different types of like Latin music, you're playing different rhythms and grooves, and your bass is a different.
I was gonna say a lot of bands that are using, like, if you're doing like touring bands and stuff like that, you're using like clicks and stuff like that too. Like 90% of the time, whoever's controlling,
which we play with metronome sometimes to like get something to
like really vibe.
But for like your style that you're doing now, bass is like important.
I think so. I don't know. I mean,
bass is important.
I'm just
what is, but
just
like,
learning and just trying to. We're just trying to, you know, sound good and sound on time together, and like, and I film like every jam that we have, so we can go back and like, you know, like look at what we.
I've seen a few of those jams. I'm like, okay, Michael, I see.
Hell yeah. And I try to post it on Instagram. Yeah, just to like let people know, because
you're doing something else.
Yeah, and that's
always dope to see when comics are doing some other thing like that.
And this has kind of been, this is more of us. We've been having a lot of fun together, just doing it, you know, and like we're not like necessarily sitting there going like, oh man, we got to be like going here trying to get we're not like looking at it. We're just like, you know, you guys want to come and get together, jam and fun. Yeah. And like if we start playing for people and stuff, that'd be cool, you know, like, and I'm not like pursuing it with that same level as like looking at kind of like stuff with like stand up or like the podcast, you know. But it is fun. It's something different.
Stay creative.
Yeah, like I see you guys doing different stuff too sometimes. I'm like, oh hell yeah, you know, everybody has lives outside of this kind of stuff. I also really
he's in a band too, by the way.
Oh nice.
Yeah, I was about to say that. That's why he keeps like butting in about the music stuff. That's why he's kind of
What do you play?
I'm the lead singer of a pop rock band.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
Pop rocks isn't candy.
Yeah.
Just puts a bunch
put a bunch of it in my mouth
just to get up to the list of the mics.
Yeah. That's our third biggest hit.
Pop rock this pussy, dude.
I'm gonna tell my band that tonight.
I just have a new hit, guys. Got a new hit.
Got a new hit.
Yeah, take a sample Cardi B's WAP and then make that into like a very pop song. Pop rock this pussy.
Pop rock this pussy featuring Cardi B.
PRP.
Did you start comedy in Washington?
No, actually, I started it when I moved down here. I went to there's a place called East Village in Monterey. It was like a mixed open mic.
I heard about that. Yeah.
So I started going there.
Wasn't Corey Robinson doing the show there?
I've heard that name a bunch, and he was doing stuff around that area. Like I looked up his hashtags.
Yeah.
And I guess he already moved out of the area.
Yeah.
So he was like doing stuff in Seaside, yeah. And I saw that all those old flyers, and I was like, oh, cool. So there's comedy around here.
Yeah.
So that kind of honestly seeing that stuff kind of inspired me. Just keep doing it down there and build that show in Salinas.
Yeah.
You had a good show at that. Did you ever do that one?
No, I never did. I was supposed to do it once, but then it got canceled. And then, but yeah, it was always a dope show. There was like always a dope venue. And I remember I was just like, fuck, Monterey's like far, because I hadn't at the time that would have been the farthest I had traveled from comedy at this time. I was like 200, because the furthest I had been was Gilroy. And then even though like Monterey seemed like further, even though I didn't know how much it was.
It's a little
yeah. So I was like, God damn, that's like
that's what he said. He's like, you're coming from San Jose. I'm like, no.
Yeah. I was just going from like Salinas or whatever, but yeah, Monterey.
It was from Salinas or San Jose.
Yeah. So yeah, that makes more sense. I'm like, why don't you get up to San Francisco? He was like, it's kind of far, and I'm like,
it is kind of far.
I'm like, Monterey is.
Are you doing shows in Monterey too right now?
Doing shows no, there's a couple places that have kind of reached out to me. I have another show in Santa Cruz though.
Definitely do that.
He just did my show in Santa Cruz.
Oh yeah, Monday one?
Woodhouse, and the Thursday one.
Oh, the Thursday one.
Yeah.
Yo, that was a nice ass show, dude.
The one with the tent.
Yeah, the one with the tent. That was nice, dude. Yeah.
The tent's not usually there. It's usually just outside like that. Yeah, but that space, I love that spot.
That shit was
and
nice,
I started that one in May, so I have that one, and then I have the basement show in Salinas.
Do that.
Both my shows are monthly.
Okay.
And
that basement show is dope, man.
Oh yeah.
That basement show,
the basement spot's
my
awesome.
buddy,
it's Julian's spot.
I did it with Julian.
Yeah,
you weren't there though, right? No, it was but that little like. It feels like it looks like in the Blair Witch when they go to that house at the end. When they go down to those.
Everybody says it's so cool, but then the way they describe it is fucking horrible. Dude, it's so cool, dude. It looks like a sex dungeon. Dude, it's so cool, bro. It's like the Blair Witch Project. Dude, it's so cool, dude. It looks like a murder dungeon.
Yeah,
it's the place they walk in. Goodfellas, that scene where they walk in Tommy to the fucking empty house.
Yeah,
and it looks like there's plastic.
It looks like where they kill people.
Like the left house on the left.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, where Leatherface keeps all the bodies. Like
that show is hella cool.
It's like cool, Buffalo Bill works out.
That's where he plays Goodbye Horses and he tucks his dick in.
Just power cleans naked. Yeah.
No,
with his dick still tucked.
Anywhere where it's underground like that, it's cool because it's like we're trapped in here. That's what it feels.
Well, and it's separate from the bar, which is like anybody that has a bar show. That's like the best. Usually, the best part is when it's separate from the bar.
Yeah.
If it's not, you're like, oh, here we fucking go.
Yeah.
It's dope. I remember the one time I went there when you had that huge crowd waiting outside because a dude from Chicago brought like hell of a.
Oh yeah, my buddy that had moved there. Yeah, he brought there was a line outside. It was crazy. That was a good night, dude.
Yeah, that was a good ass fucking night. I remember that's when I first met Julian, and then Julian came.
Gordo Mamon for those listening.
Yeah, Gordo Mamon. Yeah. And then he brought like a few people like from Atlanta.
A dude from Atlanta. Yeah.
Two of them. It was like.
And those dudes were funny as hell.
Yeah, Robbie killed. Well, so he brought three of them, and then Robbie. I don't know. These comedies like you ever see like a fat dude who's also with these fine ass women and stuff like that. I'll show you after.
He's on IG.
He's on IG. He has like two million people.
You mean Corday Snow?
I mean, what's that? But it was funny as hell because I said what's up to him at the door. He walked in. He's like, oh my bad, man. Here go my ID. I was like, no, dude, I'm a comic.
He thought you were.
He thought I was a.
People do that to me. It's at the XL too. I was like, here's my ID. I'm like, nah, man, I'm just out here chilling.
So it was super funny because I remember it was him and then another guy who looks like JJ from Good Times, and then Munchlax or something, or Munch. I forget the other guy. He was like super funny, but and they all had like a huge following, and I was like, fuck, dude, these dudes are funny as shit. I had pictures with them.
It was kind of cool. Everybody was just there together that night. Yeah. There was a huge crowd for that show too.
It was like fucking wild as shit. Like, what did you have like 40, 50 people like outside, like waiting to hopefully get in and shit like that?
There was like at least like 90
for your show?
90 people in the basement at least. Yeah. And then there was a line of people that couldn't even get in.
Couldn't even get in. They just had to wait.
It was crazy, man.
2014, 2013, me and Johan did a show at we had the Pappies, right? No, not Pappies. Beck's, and then we moved to Pappy's, which used to be Blake's, which was underground, and it was in Berkeley downtown, right by the college.
Oh, nice.
So they had a huge following. So
Pappy's is closed now.
it is closed now. Okay,
Officially.
so we were gonna do the first show there, and we showed up. We parked, and we saw a line coming around where Pappy's was, and we're like, "Fuck, this is like gonna be our next dope show." Like, you know, we get out, we walk towards it, we're excited, we're like, "Man, thank you guys for coming." You know, we're telling everyone in the line, "Thank you guys for coming." They were there for that fucking ice cream sandwich.
The cream.
There was a line for cream.
It just opened
Just
up.
from the show.
Cream's right next to fucking Pappy's, and we were like, "Thank you guys for coming out."
Cream has Cream
Okay,
always.
you know how long of a line that actually is?
That's a
Because
long
it's
line.
not that close. For there to be a line past Pappy's,
Yeah.
that means it's
No.
halfway down. Because it's not a long block. It's like maybe from there to here, but
It was
buildings in between.
We thought it was for us though, and then we had like 5 people.
You'll never catch me waiting in a line that long for an ice cream
Fuck
sandwich,
no.
bro.
You would think so.
I wouldn't
You would
even
think so.
I wouldn't even go
And then
there.
you saw them.
Are they that good?
No, they're not. No, they're
Yes,
not.
they are.
Even if they are that
No,
good.
listen to Marcos.
No, they're not.
I don't really trust your opinions on food, though.
Yes,
That's
I
only
love
with
you,
cheese.
Corday, but
That's
your
only with
opinions
cheese.
on food,
That's
though.
only with cheese. That's only with cheese.
No,
But then also,
because you don't like pumpkin pie. We went out back and forth on this on IG the other day, bro.
I don't like pumpkin pie either.
Nah, dog.
No. But cream is not worth it.
It's not.
it is.
No place is worth the line, bro. No place is
I'm
worth the
with
line.
you. I'm with you
No
on this.
place. I'd
I'm
rather
on board with this.
make some shit at home.
Order online.
Or order
I'm
online.
on the app.
I like. I have this thing about like I feel like traffic and lines are a waste of life.
You ever see the lines like In and Out?
Rule every.
Yeah, I don't even go.
Okay,
Yeah.
Those are
Go somewhere
ridiculous.
else.
That's and I don't like In and Out. Like I already have a bias against it.
Okay.
I'd rather get off.
I usually just go
like it
inside.
now. Yeah, I
when
go
Inside.
That's the key. You just go inside.
It's good, but it's
Inside is
not worth
always
the wait.
faster.
Yeah, people who work there will say you should just go inside instead of waiting in the line.
They
You're wasting
grind their
gas.
own meat. They cut their own potatoes, and they're a fast food place. I mean, it's interesting. It's,
Yeah.
No, but it doesn't mean they're
not like-
flavorless though. They have
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that, Marcos.
I don't know about that. That's a little.
You know, it's
I'm not from here either. And when I came here, In and Out was like this. When you're not from
Overhyped.
California, In and Out's like, oh my god. You're sitting in the line like, fuck, this is so exciting. And it was still good. It was. I had built it up in my mind a little bit, but it's still good.
Yeah,
Like
the
it's,
wait kind of like
people either love it or hate it. There's
Now-
no in between.
you're originally from Washington. Is that it?
yeah. I grew up there.
What's a
He's Chad O'Pitt's cousin, man.
is there a burger joint out there that we don't have out?
Yeah.
it's called Starbucks.
It's called Frugals.
Frugal.
Frugal's Burgers, bro. And there's also Dick's Burgers too.
Okay.
But for me, I'm from like the Spanaway area, and like, yeah, Frugal's was like the spot for me. Like it's a drive-through only. It's like a metal building. You just like it's one of those like tiny little like kind of like just burger joints.
It's super cool, man. It looks like a murder spot.
Yeah, pretty. Yeah, dude. It's a fucking
XL Public House with burgers.
It's victims to slaughter.
The public house is like where they initially came up with the idea for their burger spot.
No, but
I gotta ask you though, how's the Mexican food in that part of town where you're from?
there's
nothing.
Well, okay, here's the thing.
Taco Bell doesn't-
When I grew up, before I moved here, bro, that's all I knew. Okay.
Taco Bell.
So I was just a white boy up there, being white boy, having my fucking
Wait, you're
tacos
white?
with ground beef and fucking refried beans and shit. I didn't know any better. And then I moved down here and my whole life changed.
You're like,
And now when I go home, they're like, let's go get Mexican food. I'm like, that is not Mexican food.
He's like, no chingan cabrones. I can't.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck out of here with that shit.
He's a snob for Mexican food out there.
Yeah, bro. And my
Are the
also
carnitas cooked with lard?
my
'Cause I don't
palate, like my level, my tolerance for spice.
Oh, I bet.
It's just been like, I feel like I can kind of.
What made you move out here?
I moved out here for work.
Okay.
And then.
Wait, you have a job?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I work in the cannabis industry, and I moved out here for that.
That explains the smell.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I smoked a little weed before I came inside. I got here after the drive. I was like, fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Got time.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Oh, so
yeah.
you moved out here for the can? Okay.
Yeah, and then and then started doing comedy like I don't know, probably like a year after I moved down here.
Okay.
Maybe like 6 months to a year after.
What got you into comedy?
I always wanted to do it just up there. I never, I was going to school and there was like never any like I just never really I was kind of always like nervous and just figuring stuff out, and then I moved here and I got some stuff. Kind of felt like I was figuring some life stuff out, and then I was like, man, I want to go try to do that because I'd always liked it, always watched it growing up. Went and did my first open mic, bombed, left. I walked right off stage straight to my car and left. But in my car, I was like,
didn't make eye contact with anyone.
No.
Yeah, that's when you bomb. You just no eye contact.
Yeah, I was in my head. I'm like, fuck yeah, bro. I can do better than that,
So there was no girls in that bar that you was like staring at through like the.
You can't go after girls. Have to.
Bro, I'm oblivious with that, dude. A girl has to like stare at me and be like, can we go somewhere for me to
bend over
for me to take notice?
16 times.
Yeah.
Oh, you're serious?
Like I can't take a hint to save my life.
No,
I'm terrible with that.
No lie. Even though like you guys say I get on a bunch of girls too. Like if a girl walks up to me, I usually don't know. I just think they're like congratulating, like, oh, you did a good set. I'm like, thank you so much. Huh? Congratulate me. That's what I meant to say. Yeah.
Yeah, if girls are really friendly with me and after shows and like
you too.
Comics like, hey, did you get her number? I'm like, no.
No. Yeah.
She was.
Although,
like, what? Like
for Corday, I feel like
the girl just talks to you for an hour after a show and waits for everybody to leave.
Yeah,
and she's still here talking to you, and I'm like, I don't know, we were having a good conversation. Yeah, dude, what are you doing?
was that really an hour? Was that really an hour?
And I'm like, I mean, yeah, I guess. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. One time at a show at Alameda, I was doing a Jason Toop show, and then like it was like these two girls like talking to me after the show, like, and then we were just like talking, and I'm like, okay, yeah, and then everything, I'm like, yeah, we really enjoyed the show. I was like, yeah, because it was weird because she was talking to me at first, and then her friend joined once I found out that I was a teacher, and I felt like they were both like fighting for my. I was like, what's going on here? I was like,
Corday though, I feel like you're the kind of person though that's like, a girl would just be like walking past you in the bar and be like, oh, excuse me. You'd be like, oh, she wants me. She wants me. Like that's you.
Not even.
Yes, it is.
You're at the gas station. You pull up and there's this girl getting gas, and he's like, "Hey, she wants you, bro. She looked over here. You should go talk to her."
Now, when
I have friends like that.
Hey, she wants me. She wants me. She gave me her card because she sells real estate. She wants to move in together.
Now, when those two girls were talking to you, did you get the numbers?
No, I did not.
See, it could possibly be.
When she gave me the change, she touched my hand. I mean, she loves me, dude.
Since Corday was not in
I must specifically go to this register.
Wasn't thinking about it at the
time.
Wasn't in hunt mode. I was literally just like, oh shit, I performed it because.
And then you realized
he hadn't performed.
You missed a chance.
Well, no, I did perform, and then that's what they was talking to me. But it was like I was coming.
She said cough, and then I squeezed my balls
down from like everything. So yeah.
Wait, you know that just reminded me of. I took this. One-armed guy to the hospital one time.
Was he one-armed prior to you taking him?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was wondering too.
Yeah, I was like
drug addict, and so I had to go take him first checkup.
He had to open the door because he only. No.
Yeah, I had to fill out paperwork for everything. Right.
He was right-handed.
And so the doctor.
What kind of drugs did he do?
He was meth. Fentanyl, everything.
Did you lose that?
Because I was gonna, if he was shooting up, I was like, how did this dude where, how, and where? Because this dude one arm, bro.
They accidentally ran into a show and had to get.
His last thing was crack, but
okay.
Because he couldn't shoot up no more.
The doctor was like, "Can I see your ear? Like, I gotta check it, right? Blah blah." After we're outside smoking a cigarette, and he goes, "Did you see that bitch was all over me? She was like, can I see inside your ear? Like, come on, dude. You know she wanted me." I was like, bruh, are you fucking kidding me? He told me,
bro.
He told everybody around that.
Imagine
wanted me. I was like, no, she didn't.
Don't let.
I was like, you missed
the doctor
your teeth.
Gives
got no harm. Like,
I don't know what I would do if a doctor was like, "Can I see inside your ear?" And then all of a sudden, she was like trying to come on to me. I'd be like, "Hey, can you finish looking inside my ear?" I appreciate it, but like I'm kind of worried about my ear. You know what I mean?
I didn't come here to get your number. I came here to get checked out, please. All right.
Yeah.
The doctor's like, no, that's what I'm doing, checking you out.
Yeah.
That was super funny though. Like he was trying to sit down. He totally missed the chair, so he just fell back. All the nurses are like, "Oh my god!" And I'm cracking up, realizing he can't lift himself up because he only got one arm. That's
He's just on the arm.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. One arm, you don't work on your core strength. Come on, you know.
Oh, dude, skinny as fuck too. He had no strength.
I mean, he worked on.
He was an addict. He got a strong back.
All the crack smoking. He was getting some core workout.
Is this your friend?
He was.
Okay. He's not gonna listen though, right?
Oh no, he's probably not with you, man. I went to rehab with him. He got kicked out for smoking crack in the room because he skipped out on class.
He should go apply at the union. That's
wild.
Did
he light?
Yeah. So we don't know how he got it. We don't.
Bro,
know,
that's what I'm trying to figure out. How this dude light it and hold it
like this. So he
torched it.
Like
I was fucking a weed pipe like a couple of minutes ago outside, like fucking all.
Yeah, you need 2 hands for that, but
I rolled a blunt once with one hand.
You could, I guess, if you put the lighter like this, and you put the pipe, you just kind of like flick. You can kind of maybe hand it like that.
Pipe in your mouth to just hold it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, with your mouth. That's probably the way to go. But then you try to share that pipe with somebody, dude.
I mean,
you gotta get good with your feet. You know, at that point.
Yeah, you gotta get good with your feet. Just get us like a 6-foot bong. You know, you can just
options for amputees with Michael Booth.
Just get a bigger bong.
Flip it.
Just get a fucking huge bong, dude. You don't need another arm, dude.
Or just don't do drugs. That's the other option. Oh shit.
Yeah, no, you got to give them option.
You want him to go clean?
Rehab's gonna make their money.
If it wasn't for my crack habit,
How do they
be able to use my feet?
How do you eat a sub after that? You know, a big ass like sub sandwich. You know, or a
Gotta
burrito.
cut it in the
You have it on the. You got to just eat it off the edge of a table, and you push a little bit off, and then you kind of. You know.
You might have to eat.
That's where my head went. Was like just lean it off the table and eat it.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
Or like,
I thought he was like gonna use his feet or something like that. I'm like, nah, I'm not. You know.
just put it on a. You know when like a pizza's really floppy and you like push it off the plate a little, then you hold the plate up to your face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You would have to just eat everything like that, kind of.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing so hard?
Yeah, why are you? I'm just being real,
I
dude.
just thought of a funny thing that.
I thought of somebody with no hands eating food.
You want to arm wrestle? No.
He loved arm wrestle too.
Yeah, you know.
I bet he did.
Is there arm wrestling for people that don't have hands?
Is there what?
Arm wrestling for people that don't have hands?
Nudge wrestling.
I think you just headbutt.
Is there like a
Like Rams?
like Rams?
I guess I don't know.
God.
If there's that, they should allow. They should allow if that's a sport, they should allow head-on collision in the NFL. I mean, what are we doing?
Exactly. I mean,
You know, if there's just that going on.
no, there isn't. But you know, I mean, that's the first thing that comes to mind. You could fence with one hand.
You could fence.
Fencing is an option. Like we should
You couldn't switch
topic though. For
Can you switch? You can't switch though when you're fencing.
No, you can't.
You got to stick
Can't?
one hand during the match.
I thought you could like
you couldn't play bass, that's for sure.
you know, like when you're playing
Couldn't
Tony
play
Hawk, and
bass.
you go like, what is it called?
Goofy and
yeah, you can't go goofy in fencing.
No.
I've always wanted to fence. I'm not gonna lie.
Have you seen how they build their things? They have to build them at home.
At the Santa Cruz Comedy Festival outside in the park, there was these dudes that just started fencing during the show off to the side. It was kind of awesome. Like, I was like, it was hard to focus on the comedy show, honestly. Yeah, because these dudes just showed up with their own stuff, and they just like, but you could just do this on they were just on a basketball court outside, just getting down.
Basketball court?
Yeah, bro.
Did they have the full white shit too?
Oh, whole gear.
Oh my god!
I was trying to watch the show, and then I look over. I'm like standing with Mean Dave, and Mean Dave's like, fencing? I'm like, yeah.
Hey Michael, you see those dope ass dudes over there just fencing right now? Just like
Hey, Michael, let's go talk to those fencers.
Like, where do you get this stuff? Can you go to Dick's? Do they have this at Dick's? Or
I would
do you
have
gotta go to,
I would have probably actually asked because ever since I saw the movie Richie Rich when I was little, I was always into fencing after that.
Bro.
That was like
Richie Rich is fire.
yeah.
Macaulay.
A rich kid.
Did you see Macaulay change his middle name to Macaulay Culkin? So it's Macaulay Culkin.
No.
Did you guys see
Yeah,
that?
he did that. Yeah,
Yeah, he did
saw
that.
Yeah.
Wait.
Macaulay Culkin.
That's real shit.
Macaulay Culkin.
Macaulay Culkin. That's how you say it, I think.
What was his middle name originally?
I don't know. Probably some dumb shit like Jeff. If you have a first name of Macaulay, your middle name's dumb, dude. For sure.
Macaulay Jeff Culkin.
I think it was Jeff. You're right.
Or like,
Macaulay Culkin is an American.
yeah, dude.
Shit, he actually did that.
Yeah, it's wild.
That's just drop middle name.
Okay, I forgot. I was gonna ask you this. What's your favorite metal band? Since we talked about metal, I didn't really talk about. You still go to shows? Also, a follow-up question.
Yeah, I go to shows. I'm going to a show next month.
With who? Or what? To what?
At the Catalyst in Santa Cruz.
Oh, you're by the Catalyst. Oh, that's awesome. I wish they put on so much stuff.
That felt like the fakest thing ever.
They put on so much.
Oh man, that's sick, bro. You go to the Catalyst, fuck, dude.
I wish I was going, man. Yeah.
But you go to the Catalyst, fool.
I'm glad that's the nicest one you have over there.
It's the only one though for that.
No, there's
area.
a couple other spots.
You guys have Ace,
and they have dope ass shows there though. That's why I'm for real.
But I'm going there.
That's actually
I wanted to go see DJ Shadow there, and there were some bands that I wanted to go see there that weren't doing shows up here, which is like, what the fuck?
Like when you say metal, like what do you know? Like name some metal bands that you know.
Well, I listen to like 80s thrash metal still. Like I still listen to fucking like, you know, the Raining Blood
okay.
you know, album and stuff like that. Sepultura's early shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Suicide
I listened to like, I don't know. When I was younger, I listened to that stuff, and then my aunt's boyfriend showed me Lamb of God when I was like 15, and it changed my whole life because then I just went down this wormhole.
Mastodon.
But my favorite band is for the people listening, if they like heavy stuff, I really like a band called All Shall Perish.
Oh, I've heard of them.
They're actually from here, Bay Area, and now the lead singer of that band is in Suicide Silence, which is like another.
I was just gonna say
band.
I like that song. What's it? Disengage.
Yeah, they have an announcement tomorrow that I'm excited for.
The only time I've been in a wall of death was for Suicide Silence.
Nice. I've been in some of those.
You seen those?
I discovered them through Warped Tour documentary.
Corday knows all these bands,
with
by the way.
Mike Posner in it too, and it was like a weird.
I went to a couple of Warped Tours.
Yeah, and it was just it was a really cool documentary.
I know Mike Posner.
He hears Mike play. He's like, oh, okay, yeah.
Oh yes, Mike Posner was on Wild 94.9 at one time.
Baby, please don't go.
There we go. Yeah.
No, but that became his favorite band. I was like, I haven't heard them up, and then I heard Disengage, and I was like, okay, I like this song.
Hey, Mike, you see that's Mike Posner over there? Let's go talk to him.
Mike Posner.
See more than Mike Posner.
There's like some great bands coming up in this area too that are like blowing up over the past year or so.
Like cool, same.
A band called Drain is really big. There's a band called Scowl, which has like been on tour all over. There's also a few other like Santa Cruz bands that I went and saw that are pretty cool, like punk bands. So there's a lot of music from here.
Yeah.
There's like then it's like San Jose. There's a bunch of like hardcore bands in San Jose that are awesome. There's like a whole big scene that I like started to discover from friends just getting to know this area.
Here, in the area.
Any like alt bands? Are you into any of that, or like alt. The pop, like new punk kind of?
Like.
Because punk is kind of making a return.
When I was younger, I was really into.
It's kind of. I mean, it's like alt is always kind of had
like
that
2013, 14. There was like a big wave of bands. Like I was listening to like Title Fight and bands like Touche Amore and like that kind of stuff, and like Defeater and all that. And now there's kind of like this next, like there was pop punk around then too, like Man Overboard and Real Friends and Story So Far. But there's no.
I just saw Real Friends live.
Nice.
Randomly in Berkeley, they were there, and my buddy was sad, and I was like, we're going to go to a concert, and they just happened to be headlining.
I saw them like 2014, I think. But I love all that stuff too, like old like Balance and Composure, and what else?
These names are
the
amazing.
Counterparts. Yeah, I'm white as fuck, dude.
I'm like Real
Friends with. I saw them with Confidence. I saw them.
You saw them like you were confident, or
with Confidence is a band name.
I love this right now. He's like,
they were also on tour with Stand Atlantic.
Yeah,
and then. They were on
I saw them with In Remission and
Pierce the Veil. I love Pierce the Veil.
Fresh out of rehab.
I know Pierce the Veil. I saw them.
Pierce the Veil.
I've seen them before
so
too.
bad.
They have like a huge revival because of TikTok.
Yeah.
Is Revival a group too or no?
Revival? They're probably a group.
I'm sure.
What band is TikTok?
What kind of music does TikTok play?
Yo, punk bands have some weird ass names, like
and like song titles.
Yeah,
it's kind of like part of the culture. Yeah,
That's pretty normal.
the Ramones. Yeah, but none of their names were Ramon.
So
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like it's
there's like a bunch of.
I could name tons of other bands.
This guy's like, so?
The OJs. Nobody in the OJs was named OJ.
No, I know that, but just
Supremes. I'm just saying.
So?
The pair of Supreme shorts. Not one of them.
Yeah.
He said the Supremes.
Oh.
The old Motown
Oh my
era
God.
group. But anyway.
Damn.
What?
Why isn't the Supremes doing Supreme commercials too? That is fucking.
Are they still alive?
Yeah,
There should, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it's like
Like collab.
Even do commercials.
It's like the
There should be a collab. Like
collab. Yeah, it's like a collab.
but it's like the Temptations level, right? The Supremes. Like
Yeah.
they've been around that long too.
Yeah.
I was blown away with the
Music, bro.
So the Temptation doing anti-drug.
Oh, there's Temptation too.
Hell yeah.
50s, right?
The Temptations are running a fucking rehab clinic.
Yeah. No, the Temptations are doing don't do drug videos for high schools.
There we go.
Instead of my girl, it's just white girl. Talking about white girl.
E40 coming out of nowhere. Don't do drugs. No, I don't know what that was. I don't know what that actually was.
Like what he said.
It's that E40 song.
That's whack. Yes, it's
White
not.
girl.
E40 and Joel Santana, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Wait, what? Who's
There
that?
was a song called White Girl.
Off of My Get Over Park Heart.
Oh yeah. That fucking album, like
Classic.
classic. I remember high school when that came out. It like people wouldn't shut up about that album for I don't know how many years they kept releasing. Like it wasn't 1 year, but like back then, you know, they used to do that for. Nelly did that with his album too.
Sweat
like
suit.
hip hop.
Yeah, I like I don't know, like I don't know a lot of it, but I do.
Name 3 of your favorite verses. No, I'm just kidding.
Have you heard of the band?
I do know stuff. I do know stuff
You've
that
probably
like
heard the Roots, though, as
yeah, like when I was in high school, people were showing me like Dom Kennedy and like
Oh shit, yeah.
and like
oh, yeah.
Pac Div.
Oh,
and,
shit. That's a deep cut.
like
Love
Tribe
that.
Called Quest
Div?
and like
You've never heard of Pacific Division?
Oh, that's what I thought. That's what
Yeah.
I thought. Okay, I was like, I thought it was a abbreviation.
they showed me, and there's like a couple other people that people would put me on to that I was like, okay, this is cool. Like I like it.
I didn't like Pac Div. Not gonna lie.
I like him a lot, but I understand why some people
I don't know.
I like Dom Kennedy. He's cool. He's good stuff. There's a
John Kennedy's from San Francisco, rapper.
Oh, he is?
Really?
Yeah.
Sounds familiar.
I didn't know Filthy Rich was from the Bay. And
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, I know.
Till now.
I kind of didn't follow up on that, man.
That's because people, when they
all
get
about the
big,
Bay
they don't claim the Bay.
Yeah.
No one claims the Bay.
Yeah.
No, what Phil?
I didn't know
always
Filthy
shot him
Rich
out in
was
Bay.
big. I didn't know Filthy Rich was big outside of the Bay. Like, is
Filthy
he?
Rich is big.
Outside of the Bay? I'm Zach.
Yeah. I
didn't know
I
that.
thought he was because he was famous already.
Oh.
It's not your cousin?
Oh shit.
Just I can see I keep involving the guests and when we veer off just like
Well, he's been introducing all this kind of stuff. What we talking about rap music? That's kind of.
Oh yeah, I do like rap though. There's new. What was it? The new. Somebody just put something out that was. I'm forgetting. There was something I was listening to the other day. It was brand new. It was cool. I thought it was cool, but I might pull up my Spotify.
There you go.
oh shit.
Good old Spotify.
But anytime,
What's I was go ahead.
oh, I often introduce my hardcore rock fan friends or people that I met over the years. The first group I always introduce them to, if they've never heard anything out of hip hop, is like, here's the Roots, because you know they all play instruments.
Tribe.
for the rapper. Tribe being the second.
Especially because a lot of metalheads like jazz.
This is true.
So it's like
This
it's
is
easy
true.
transition. Like,
But I feel like
Wu Tang is like the stoners. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I smell the weed. Like for sure, you like. Wu-Tang.
Yeah, I know Wu-Tang. Yeah.
But the Roots is one of my choices for newbies, just because it's like, oh, it's a band. That's kind of the transition into rap, right? Where it's like this guy's playing keyboards and Questlove's on the drums.
Oh, I was listening to. It's not new. It's not new, but I was listening to old Flatbush Zombies. Oh, my buddy, one of my like stoner friends in college put me onto them, and I was like, these guys are fucking awesome. And so I was going back to that.
They're dope, man. Like,
Yeah, they're cool.
I like their love for pro wrestling. Like they'll do like little shows and stuff. Rent a ring. Like they're pretty cool.
You know, like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I love going to stand-up shows and all that. But there's something about, like, that's why I always, like, ask you about, you know, if you go to a show still. Because I like going to, like, shows, like, big shows. I just went for the first time to, what's that called? The Warfield. I'd never been to the Warfield. I went there for the first time last year. And it's something about being in a big-ass place to hear instruments that, like, I can't stop. Like, I gotta go at least twice a year, or
There is nothing like feeling like kick through a PA.
Yeah, or being
Yes.
in like a concert hall.
as much as it's dope to go to like a big comedy show, like at a big venue and shit, like to watch or whatever.
Yeah.
Or to, you know.
Yeah, like earlier I was talking about my roommates I went to school with. They were musicians. Like they were all in like the orchestra and like the ensembles at the college.
Yeah.
And I would just eat like a lot of edibles to go watch like 4 movements of this fucking piece, you know, and just trip out. Like, it's just like, you know, seeing like that many people all playing the same thing together.
That's dope.
And working together, you know, and the timing and shit. And there's the dude fucking conducting or whatever. Yeah, that's just cool.
My last big concert before the pandemic hit was Tyler the Creator, the Igor album. That shit was fucking dope. That shit was
Tyler's on.
Do they have instruments at those concerts? I've never been to like a big.
He had a piano. He plays a piano.
Plays the piano.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did he have a band with him though, or no?
Nah.
Sometimes you'll see people have like a drummer or something.
Yeah. That's what I like to see though. I like to go see like you said, like the kick through the PA. Like there's something about that you know.
When you can see a drummer, and you just feel like, especially like when they start a show and they just go boom.
Yeah. Or the dudes putting the mic.
Yeah.
And like
and everyone in sync sings and shit. Yeah.
You hear your own voice coming through the PA, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like I just saw Mars Volta, like I mentioned earlier, and they have
That's got to be awesome.
The new drummer is some young chick, and she's fucking like
just going wild.
Yeah, they did like this weird 5-minute solo, 6-minute solo with Omar the guitarist. They just like made eye contact doing this weird psychedelic.
Nice.
So that kind of shit. That's why I ask. Like, for me, like you know, I you know, growing up going to the small time metal shows, like I always like to keep going to shows because there's something about that kind of, I don't know, keeps
and
keeps you sane.
Get to see unique experience, like unique things happen. Like I was at a show once. I watched this band, and they have this song with like a vocalist from another band, and he came and did that. And then the next year when I saw them, their guitarist was outside eating a hot dog, and I went up to him and I was talking to him about that show, and he said that was the only time that he came on stage and did that song with the band. And so like getting that kind of information and being like, no way, that's the only time was there. Like I got to see that live the only time ever. Right. You know, like, and it's a sick song. You're like, that's fucking cool.
That's dope.
So yeah, stuff like that. Yeah. Like I love going to live music events, you know, especially like local stuff. Like fuck trying to wait 13 hours for Taylor Swift tickets, bro. I'll go spend $16 and go watch the bands that are down the
Cornerstone or something,
and go hang out and have a beer. Like it's
also all those shows you're like 100% like available to meet them after.
Yeah.
Their buses are parked right there.
Oh yeah, all my favorite metal bands, I've like met most of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Hung out and talked to them
100%.
about their tour, about the told them about my favorite parts of their albums. Just like sat and had like I got to eat a hot dog with the guitarist from one of my favorite bands, you know, at the time, and just sit there and talk to him about his whole everything.
And they love that shit too.
That's what's cool about you know, like finding like a small band on Spotify or something, or on social media. That's how I found my homie's band, which they're from Salinas, that band called Quien Sabe. I don't know if you're familiar with them. Well, they're like a cumbia band. And I just went to one of their shows at the new parish here in Oakland, and I just talked to the lead singer after the show, and now that dude's like one of my homies.
Nice.
I've had him on the show, and,
hell yeah.
and we collaborate like on a lot of shit, and that's all just for me, like finding him on social media, the band, and like the music. I went to the show, and then we hung out afterwards, and now we're like, you know, that's our boy. We actually just went to see him at the band camp thing here in Oakland.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What's it called? Headquarters.
Yeah.
No, they're fucking good.
And that's the dope shit about being able to, like, you know, like finding all these, like I said, I'd rather spend $20 or $30 to go see someone like that accessible. I mean, that's what we did at the Burn Ramen back in the days.
I don't know how you can feel a connection.
Hey, Corey, let's go talk to some girls.
Seriously?
He was meditating.
We started talking about
metal and
music, and he was just like, I can't.
The last thing he said, it's funny because I looked away. The last thing he said something about Tyler the Creator, and I was like, does he have any other instruments? He was like, nope. And then turn around, and then turn back.
He had just enough energy left to tell you just enough energy. He's like, he plays the piano.
Does she make my earthquake? Look at him now. He's ready to go. I said,
But see, that's when Tyler decided to do a whole pop album, which that was basically.
Yeah. That was dope too.
I actually really like that the last one he did, the Call Me If You Get Lost.
Call Me If You Get Lost.
Yeah.
Him with DJ Drama.
Yeah.
Oh, word.
That was a good one too.
I wasn't ready for all the rapping. He was like,
I wasn't ready.
I was ready for him to come back. Definitely.
It's just a fucking. He still got his eyes like, bro. I wasn't ready for all the rapping.
hey man,
That's oh man.
Oh, dude, we're getting close to the end here, bro.
Okay.
You got any plans for 2023?
Like, how many more metal bands do you want to go see? Name every single one. All of them a question. What would you ask them?
That's funny. I guess my plan is to just keep doing my shows,
Catch up on your sleep.
keep doing the podcast, keep hanging out, keep playing music.
Yeah.
Just keep doing everything. And hang out. And hopefully, I am gonna try to travel again. Probably go back up home and hang out. Try to do some shows up there.
Yeah.
You haven't done shows up there, have you?
Not yet. No, I've been trying to. Next time I go up, though, I'm gonna really try to put something.
Is there a big comedy scene out there?
Yeah.
There's like Tacoma and Seattle. Yeah.
How far are you from Seattle?
I live probably like 45 an hour when my
that's not bad.
house. Yeah.
Okay, so like Zach from here.
Yeah.
Your hometown hero there. Go put on a little show at a pub.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of want to do.
Yeah.
Something like that, because nobody up there's seen me do stand up at all.
There you go.
know.
So like a once in a 6-year span.
Yeah.
You got to come see me now.
Go do a show with Chad. You and Chad co-headlining.
That would be fun.
You crushed it at the Tascadero Eric Storrs.
Thank you, man.
You had to be there. I was like, fuck yeah, Michael, fuck, because I only see you host usually. I never.
Yeah, I'm always hosting.
So I usually never see you then, and I was like, okay, all right, this is gonna be cool and stuff like that. I was like, wow, this dude
It was fun to do. It was fun to do. It was fun to do like a long set. You know, like
I was juiced for you, dude. I was in the back room.
Thank you. Yeah, you were riffing on my Coinstar thing. I think when you came up.
Yeah. That shit was good, dude. I was like,
You're like, that's how I know that dude's been broke. It was true, bro. That shit is true too.
And I've only seen you at that one show we did together in San Jose.
Oh, at Teddy's,
Teddy's,
that was fun. It was so hot though. It was
hot.
Yeah,
and
then they were cooking inside, so it was
smoky.
Smoky. It was like, man.
what show was this?
It's like, this is a hot box, not the good kind.
It's S7Ls. It's a San Jose brewery show.
It's like, yeah.
It was
like,
cool. It's just like it was hot.
It was during when it was like 90 and
It was a heat wave day. And then they were making tacos and burritos inside the place. So like all
had the hot grill going.
The grease smoke was in the air.
Oh, man.
It was stuffy and
Everybody had their beer like,
yeah.
Really, was that hot?
yeah.
Oh shit!
Like,
This fool was wearing a jacket.
everybody's fanning and got the.
That one chick was just talking about being fucked the whole time. So,
Oh yeah.
Never mind, I'm not gonna say that.
Yeah, we won't say names.
I'm not a comedian, so I don't care.
Okay.
I was not a fan.
He knows what he knows. Mike, thanks for coming out, bro.
Yeah, thank you.
Wait, where
Thank
can we
for
find
having
you?
me, guys? Oh yeah.
Yes.
So on Instagram, it's Michael Booth Comedy. I think there's underscore at the beginning, and then there's links to my podcast and YouTube and
What's
stuff.
the name of your podcast again?
Podcast, I'm getting there. I also have another one that's like more of just like it's not like a consistent thing, but it's called Two Dabs, and it's kind of like a cannabis education / comedy podcast I do, kind of like with a buddy of mine that's also in the industry.
Nice.
And that's more of like a kind of like a monthly thing. But yeah, Michael with Comedy, and then all this stuff is on there. Come to my show in Salinas on the 28th if you're hanging around, and then on the 19th my show at the Woodhouse in Santa Cruz.
Yeah.
So,
I'll be headlining the show.
The 28th.
yeah, Cody's gonna be there.
Hey.
Right on.
Hey, Mike, do you see those sticks over there? Like, let's go talk to them.
Yeah.
You invited me to that show the other day.
I was going to bring him. He's like, oh, I'm doing my own. I was like, I told you that's the day we're doing. I was like, oh, that's the date? All right, well, I'm not going to be able to.
I'm shooting a documentary that day, but you
that's
guys
okay.
have a good one, man.
We'll do.
All right.
Yeah.
Damn, man, it's been a pleasure to have you, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And please, if you're listening to this podcast, go check out his podcast, because you go in really deep with like your interviews, because it's different being one-on-one.
Yeah.
You know, like it
is
kind of.
And I kind of try to prepare as much as I can.
Yeah.
I'm inspired by people like Sean Evans and Howard Stern and all those guys that like have really, really good questions for people.
Yeah.
I try to do that, even though I'm just interviewing, people that are in the comedy scene of the Bay Area and like other musicians and stuff too.
We talked about 10 minutes of why I don't like cheese. It was
Broke it down.
Then he like talked about like how white.
If you want to know why this motherfucker doesn't like cheese, you can watch that and you'll know.
And then he broke it down why people in fast food fuck up when you order something that normally has cheese on it, and then you ask for no cheese. Like why? Just it's like a clusterfuck in their head.
because everything has cheese.
He doesn't like cheese.
Also regimented to go. Okay, this thing, especially.
Or why he doesn't like cheese, and you just see pictures of cows like tied up to the machines.
Sometimes it's so. Well, now, like in college and high school, I worked that's all I did. And after school, I'd go and make those fucking burgers. So I just have so many horror stories of. Yeah, but that could be a whole separate episode.
All right, Mike.
I feel for you, brother.
Yeah.
Thank you again for coming out, man.
Thank you, guys.
That's been the Voice Party.
And we're out.
Man.
Back.